Well, I think we're at that time of year. A little bit of frost. Good morning, everyone. Sunday, September 7th. And as you've seen in the first clip, the thermometer hit 0 this morning. In the last few days, I've been sporting heavier clothes. It's that time of year. Dress up to end up dressing down during the day. Actually, during the day, it hasn't been that warm since about Thursday or so of last week. Well, started off, we had a half an inch of rain on Thursday, so we've been stalled out since. Might be able to do some cutting today. Or, well, no, probably won't bail. We got done on 3, which is straight to Dad's yard over here. I think you've seen that in a short. And I still haven't got this fixed yet. I'm hoping to work on that today. Yesterday I worked on this. A little bit of a change now. She's going to be just a tractor. Got the loader off last night. Eventually I'll get the mounts off too. And then I got to clean it up from springtime or from last winter because, of course, and it's got to be washed too. So get this all cleaned up because I thought I was going to need it on the baler here just before the rain because I had an issue with the other tractor, but I'll show you that in a few minutes. But so we've got that on the go now. Oh, there was another thing. Remember I thought I only needed a nut? Well, it turned out that the threads were kind of pooched on this tie rod end. So I thought, oh, I gotta put, that reminds me, I gotta put cotter pins there yet. So it ended up, what I thought was just putting a nut on, away we go. It ended up being about 2 hours of screwing around because I ended up changing the tie rod end because I keep spares of these around. Changed that, and I forgot that this was bent a little bit, so I'd take it off over here and put it in the press to straighten that out, and I think I got a pretty good job there. So yeah, I was starting to tear what should have been just one nut, ended up being a whole process. So that took extra time. Like I said, took the loader off last night. And now it's just a matter of cleaning up the tractor and having things ready for whatever we're gonna do with this thing now. So, and we made some more changes, and I'll show you in a minute. Well, if you remember in the last video there, that bin that was there, we were taking oats out of it to put in there. It ended up I needed more room. I didn't have quite enough room. So I got another old dump wagon that I got from Pelicans that we topped or put some grain in there, and I got it in the shed. So what did we do with the bin? It's over there now. And hey, it cloned itself. Not really. So all we did there, I was a little worried about it. We just skidded it because it is on skids. I thought it would need to be lifted from the top, but it ended up we just tied it from to the bottom there with the pallet forks and lifted it up and dragged it out to north of the barns because I've been wanting to take these bins out of here for quite a few years. That bin's still full of grain. So otherwise I'd have it moved too, but that'll be at a different time frame. And I am contemplating a purchase to put here. Stay tuned. It might happen, it might not happen. I want to get rid of this granary too, because it's seen better days and it's not really storing much stuff now anyways. So I want to take the tin off that and drag it out and say goodbye to that thing and maybe do something different in that spot. But yeah, we ended up with a different bin, another bin. We were going to need some extra bin space, and for the harvest, the little bit of harvesting we're going to do. And Roland had a bin there that he wanted to say goodbye to. He says it may as well, how did he put that? It's like everything else of Pelican's rejects, it comes here to die. So, I guess it's coming here to die. So anyways, it was an old Westfield Roscoe bin that he put up on a hopper years ago, but it also has a plywood door. And he thought before something happens someday, whether he's going to have to fix it or get rid of it or whatever, he says, you can deal with it. I says, that's good for me. It's even got aeration in case I decide to. That's why we put it just north of the barn, because there is a welder's plug inside the barn there. So we can run power out there fairly quick. And then we decided to skid this. These bins are on skids. I just got to lift them up a little bit, put maybe some planks underneath there so it doesn't sink into the ground too quick. And they're on a little bit of a lean this way too, so probably wouldn't hurt to kind of straighten it out a little bit. So anyways, I think he actually said I'm actually leasing this bin, $1 a year for 5 years. So I think I can handle that payment. Anywho, this is what we're doing. What we've done, I should say. Got them set up. We had a hiccup with this tractor here. When we were finishing up on 36 there, I was noticing oil was dripping from down in here. And it was coming from right there. And I couldn't figure out, couldn't really see. It was kind of dirty and whatnot. And when we were finished up on 36, we went out to 3 and it was leaking more and more. And I was like, yeah, I guess we can't finish haying like this. We better get this attended to. And so we brought the baler home and whatnot. And I phoned Kiwi from Rural Farmer Services to come out because I was thinking I wasn't sure what I was going to be involved here. But it ended up being, what's going on? Oh, Finn got hit with the electric wire, didn't you? Ha ha. Got your heart pumping? Well, that's what happens when you go in wet grass and an electric fence. So I wasn't sure where that was going, and I thought I better get somebody out here that kind of knows what they're doing. So I got Kiwi from, like I said, from Rural Farmer Services to come out. Ended up, there's a steel line that goes from here, goes down inside the frame rail to back here. It's back in there somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. Goes to this thing here anyways. Actually, I think you got to take this plate. Oh, there it is, there. You can kind of see the... I did see it through the camera. Anyways, it goes in there. Right there. So what did that involve? To get that apart? Plate here you take off. And, what was happening, the steel line, I thought this tractor was 32 years old, but it's 42 years old. It's 42 years of a steel line rubbing up against the frame rail of the tractor. And it finally wore a hole in it. So I didn't think, well, that's the way it goes. So what we ended up having to do, it took a little bit of doing, but as you can see, we replaced the steel line. We had to take this plate off here. Whoops. Plate off here. And also, hang on. Get out of the way, dog. Munch, get out of the way. We also had to take this, which is the, helps keep the loader, or the frame rails from flexing with the loader. Had to take that off, take this plate off. We were able to leave this on. And the steel line, like I said, you can see where this, we put a hydraulic line in there now. So that just runs along the frame rail like that to the back. Oh, there, I can see it right there now. There's the end of it. So anyways, that was Friday's job. Good thing we weren't haying or anything, so we didn't lose any time that way. And then no sooner Kiwi got this fixed, Roland showed up with this bin on his little car trailer, and we unloaded this. We took that bin off and slid this bin over, and that was Friday's project. So sometimes things do come together eventually. So, but yeah, just more fixing and fooling around. And now we'll go and show you the oat crop, because I meant to do that in the last video. So let's go out to that field and take a look. Same amount, maybe an extra.
No, it's more.
It looks a little more than that.
Before, didn't we?
Okay, I got the thing for this. Here.
Now we got something else?
For now. Yeah.
Okay. Forgot
Yeah.
we had 3 under there.
Hey?
I forgot we had 3 under there.
Oh, yeah. Well, that, what is that, 6 inch or 4?
At least 4.
Oh, geez.
5.
It's coming with the big guns here.
Ah! I think we got some of those over there too.
I got these 5 blocks.
Yeah, that'll work.
Just keep it down a little bit. Well, we still gotta.
We can go up a little bit, likely.
We can dig it down a little bit.
Okay. I can go get a shovel.
I got a.
You got a shovel? Probably a little more. What's that?
Wouldn't need to take out much, he said.
No, no. Oh, that's a solid block besides.
Well, I don't know if a cinder, would a cinder work in there?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It'd be too...
That's a little different than a cinder. That's just a regular brick.
Maybe we should put the blocks underneath first, Mike, and just see if it goes down.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. If it'll settle on itself, yeah.
Because it'll sink in a little bit anyway.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I think we should do that.
you're scaring me.
Yeah, I know. I'm tripping over a broken.
Well, and that's why I say you guys need
I
to,
know, we need
like...
to clean shit up. close?
Yeah, that one corner could come.
Not too stressed.
This side's good. That side's a little high.
That's fine. It's on the quarter section, that's all we worry.
It may sink with
I think it'll probably
time,
sink
would
a
it?
little bit anyways, with the load of grain in there.
Oh, once you put raise it, yeah. I mean, the good thing is the soil's not disturbed, so
Yeah.
it won't sink like if we start.
And we're not dealing with soils that move here anyways. So
Yeah.
sand is,
Yeah, it's just a little bit. That side's good. This side's good. This corner's just a little up.
a little high.
We could
Eyeball it and see what.
we could bring that down a.
Well, you can even see by looking at it that this is a little on the high side.
Even this bin looks a little.
But it's rusty. We could. One thing we could do is bring that block forward so it's not so far back. Yeah, if you want to just bring it up just a little bit, just want to move this block a bit.
Okay.
Then get out of there. Lunch.
Well, it's after supper, and I haven't really given you any updates on the oats crop all year. So, and I had a request or a question about it, so I thought I was going to do it in the last video, but I thought, well, I better do it in this video. So, it's getting ready to harvest. There's those of you that can't remember or are new to the channel, I only got 40 acres of crop to take off. But what had happened, it was severely, well, it was pretty dry in the spring. Kind of drought conditions. And this area, especially right in here where you see it green, it was only about 8 inches high. I don't know if we can see it from, well, here's some of the, here, we'll get your foot. There's where the oats was. But when we had rain spell there, the end of July, beginning of August, we had about 4 or 5 inches of rain. And one neighbor says they had more, so we had a bunch of rain anyways in that 3-week period there. And lo and behold, we had another flush of oats actually come up from the bottom. So I wasn't sure what was going to happen. It looked like it was even, like it's about a foot tall. See that. Wild millet come pretty good here too. But there was what? about a quarter of this field basically come back green like this. And the other stuff, well, I'll take you over there in a few minutes. While we're about halfway down the field here, there's still some of the poor stuff here, and over here toward the pasture there, this is where there's oats. You can see where it's even laying down a bit. It's actually, the straw is starting to break down. So it's probably time it gets harvested. But there's oats here. There's gonna be a decent crop, because it's, if I can do this right here, it's up to my waist here, so it's probably getting time it gets done. For those of you who remember last year, I took dirt from the hill up there. Roland and I did that one afternoon. Put it down where this dugout used to be, right in here. We also did some dirt work up there. But yeah, this is where there's nice crop of oats, is right in here. So this is where it was definitely worthwhile harvesting for grain. But yeah, the straw is starting to break down. And so yeah, you had to let that ripen as best you can, and hopefully this would stand up a little more. But so that's just the way it was going to be.